All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we's about to ready to start. Again, the game yesterday was rained out, kind of exactly what I was expecting, and actually exactly what I was hoping, because that means I get to stream game one today and game two tomorrow. Uh, is looking like some rain possibly in the forecast on Monday, but there's not going to be a game on Monday anyway. And then for the rest of the week, no problems at all. It should be nice and clear with highs in the low or the upper teens, lows down into the single digits late at nights. But weather should not affect the rest of this series. But here we are today. Ponce on the mound, probably the MVP of the season, and he'll face Kim Ji-chan and in there with a strike on his first pitch, and we's be underways, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously Ponce most likely gonna win the MVP of the season as Kim Ji-chan fouls that one out of play, and it's 0-2. Kim Ji-chan, not a guy that's going to be able to catch up to Ponce's fastball. Or those, especially those high fastballs, things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach him. He is in the leadoff spot instead of EJ Hyun. What's up, Arpo? As that is a foul away again, 156 on the gun as he is pumping up fastballs, throwing hard, way above his 151 season average. 156 there is. Wonder if scouts were even able to get the tickets to today's game or not. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch drops that down. That's going to be a tough play for Noshiwan. Grabs it, throws, just gets him. And that's one away. Kim Ji-chan, one of the fastest players in the league. And that brings up Kim Sung-yoon, another absolute speedster on the base pass. A quick grab and throw gets him by a half step or so. Not even that, a quarter of a step. He is a speed demon. All right, Kim Sung-yoon steps in, the right fielder, another lefty. Swing and a miss as he's way behind. That's 156. So again, Samsung, a ton of lefties, which should benefit them. Lefties on the season hit 206 against Ponce versus 192 for righties. Lefties also hit 6 home runs versus 4, as that's another strike fouled back, and it's 0-2. So against Ponce, 2 for 3. Chokes up on the bat as Ponce is seems to be calling his own pitches. 158 on the postseason for Kim Sung-yoon, and that is a foul away again. 157 up over the zone, and that's 0-2. Oh, Ponce looks like he's still rocking the old maybe hat he's had all season as the 0-2 pitch into the dirt. So that's swing and a miss. He'll throw down to first, and that's 2 away on the first strikeout for Ponce. Brings up another lefty, Gujauk. For Ponce, he has pitched one game against Samsung. Samsung actually hit him well. So that's going to be something to look at. Samsung did hit 273 against him, but they didn't score any runs, as that one misses low, the first ball he's thrown so far today. So, and just like that, they show the broadcast. They're a little behind my thinking. They're not quite as smart as I am, but anyway. And the 1-0 misses low also, and it's 2-0. So he did pitch one game against Samsung, 6 innings, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, but they hit 273 against him with a 1.17 whip. Obviously, no home runs. Those numbers were way worse than his season average. Season average of 1.89 ERA. Obviously 17-1, lost against KT in his only loss in the season. 199 is what the teams are hitting against him. So Samsung did get to him. They just couldn't get runs across as that's fouled away. Moves it to 2-2. At home, Ponce, absolute ridiculous. A .89 ERA, 10-0 in 14 starts, 134 strikeouts with just 19 walks. Only given up 9 earned runs in 14 games at home. All right, the 2-2 pitch way up and in, and that runs the count full. Our first full count of the day. It did take us 3 batters to get there, ladies and gentlemen. Wantane looking on. He's got the big puffer jacket out. Very important to have a puffer jacket, because if you do not have a big puffy jacket, you're not cool. Arpo, you should stop watching and just go study. As the 3-2 pitch, that's going to be slapped into left field. It's foul. Yeah. Everybody's got long sleeves on. And I can't actually make any calls. Nice play there by the ball boy. I can't actually make any calls down the line because the field was designed by somebody who's never actually been to a baseball stadium before. And the 3-2 fouled and makes the catch. Fouled it into his glove, into his body, makes the catch, and that's 2 away, or 2 strikeouts today for Ponce as we go to the bottom of the first. 1, 2, 3 for Ponce and Hanwha. You actually can't catch it against your body like that, but no. Fans are MLB scouts are saying he's too emotional right there. I would say his fastball, especially for Korea, he averages 151, which is up there within the top 2 or 3 in the league as far as fastball speeds. So, especially for the KBO, a lot of these guys can't catch up to speed like that. But Sona Sup will lead things off for the old Hanwha Eagles. I watched a couple episodes. The last episode I watched, he had just won. He had just won the award and said he was going to donate to the his salary for the next year, and then he threw the bag through the trunk or through the glass or something to the new GM. That's where I stopped watching. I often air fryer league. Yeah, I end up trying to watch series, but then I get distracted and I start doing other things. I'm not a big TV guy. All right, Garabito out on the mound. He'll face a Sona Sup. Was brought here for this season and this season only, as that one is up and in and ball 1. So Sona Sup, a 288 on the season. He came to Hanwha with a 299 average. He has not done very well for Hanwha, actually, as that's in there for a strike at the bottom. Garabito has pitched 2 games against Hanwha. He's 1-0. He is not allowed a run. ERA of 0, 11 innings, a 162 batting average against for Hanwha. As here comes the 1-1 pitch right down the middle, and it's 1-2. So Garabito does struggle with command a bit. 75.1 innings on the season, 84 strikeouts, but 43 walks. A lot of that was actually one game against Lotte in 5 innings. He had 7 walks. So And that's part of it is from that there, as that's fouled away. He realizes this is probably his only chance to get himself a Korean Series ring, as the 1-2 pitch misses outside at 2-2. All right, so the 2-2 pitch just sets up right down the middle. A big, nasty slider gets him swinging, and it almost hit his feet. That slider was major league slider. That was filthy. Started on the outside corner, ended up in outside of the catcher's box on the inside, and Sona Sup can just say, "Wow." All right, so Liberato steps in. Strike one at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Garabito is kind of the opposite of Ponce. Garabito starts strong, usually runs into some issues in the fifth and sixth inning versus Ponce, whose worst inning is the first inning and gets stronger through the day. As Liberato grounds out to the shortstop, a jump throw to first in time. No, they call him safe. I thought they got him, but they're going to definitely video replay that. Yeah, definitely thought they got him. Woo! Yeah. Ooh, he might not have had control of the ball. It depends on if they're going to say he had control of the ball in the midst. And he will be in there with a leadoff or a one-out single. A better throw gets him, but that was a difficult throw. Yeah, just Diaz didn't have control of the ball as Moon Hyun Bin fakes the bunts, and it's low, ball one. Will they did they call that a yep, they did call it an infield hits. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch to Moon Hyun Bin. And that's going to be ground ball to the second baseman. Throws to shorts, gets him, but not to throw over to first. And that will get the lead runner on a great play over there by Yuji Huck at second base. Puts 2 outs, a runner over at first still. And that is going to bring up No Shiwan. This is the one spot in the lineup that really hits Garavito well. Uh, the number 4 hitter on the season hits 314 against him. As that misses inside. Ball one. No Shiwan cannot hit into a double play here because there's already 2 outs, although he might try to find a way. As, the 1-0 pitch fouled back as he missed that one, and that's 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch. That is a broken bats. That's going to drop in, though. Moon Hyun Min is going to round second, head to third base. The throw into seconds is not in time. And then No Shiwan with a double puts runners at second and third with 2 outs for El Capitan. Doesn't break his bats. He's probably flying out to left. All right, it's Cheon Sung steps in now with a chance to do some damage. And first pitch is ball on the inside. Yeah, and it's 1-0. And Cheon Sung brought over or came over a couple years ago from LG does not naturally have a very good second half of his seasons. As that one is off the hands, popped up. The left fielder giving chase. I can't see what's happening. Is out. Again, the absolute crappiest design in the world is done by Hanwha's newest stadium. We go to the top of the seconds. It's 0-0. Yeah, you can't see anything. Can see absolutely nothing down the lines. We still haven't even actually seen the catch. I was just looking at the umpire who I could just barely see the top of his head, who made this call after about 5 seconds over there where you couldn't even see the ball. Hanwha quickly leaves 2 runners on base. But Garabito, 15 pitches in that inning. Ponce also 15 pitches in his inning. We head. A couple little hits there for Hanwha. Oh, the big matchup. The next at bat, Diaz leads things off for Samsung. This is what everybody wants to see. The 2 front runners for the MVP coming together in the playoffs. All right, so we should be about back. All right, so Diaz steps in. 15 pitches for Ponce, 15 pitches for Garabito, and the first pitch to Diaz is a curveball in there for a strike. Diaz hitting a 261 in the postseason so far. And the 0-1, ooh, that was a beautiful swing, but 0-2. 6 hits, 6 RBIs, and a 1 home run for Diaz in this postseason. They're going to go upstairs, and that is going to be lined. It drops in front of Liberato, and the no-hitter is done, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams' no-hitters are done as Diaz leads off the inning with a single. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, Diaz gets the best of Ponce, but Kim Young-un swinging at a pitch way above his head, just like usual. Kim Young-un, probably a strikeout coming. I could just put it up there on the board already. Why is that, Jay? As that's a beautiful strike, just catching the outside, and it's 0-2. Well, yeah. All right, the 0-2 pitch, way up high. Doesn't swing at that one, though, and it's 1-2. Yeah, yeah. Next year, he'll be back. Yeah, poor Lotte, man, as that's misses outside at 2-2. But the thing is Jay, Lotte, like they were really their Pythagorean win loss, which takes into the actual numbers, says that they weren't even a 500 team. As the 2-2, that's going to be slapped and hits the line. Fair ball. Diaz is going to round second, and I think you could call that hustling over to third base. As Kim Young-un comes up with a double, and they've got runners on second and third with nobody out. Diaz just Clydesdaling it around second into third. As that hit right on the line. They're yelling at Diaz to go, not like he's not running as fast as he possibly can. That's going to be a drop into the outfield. Kim Tae-yeon is going to cut it off. Kim Young-un, they're going to wave him home. And quickly, they are up 2-0. And Lee Jae-hyun moves over to third base on a bad throw. And just like that, they've got a 2-0 lead. And a big error by Hanwha moves him over to third base. So now he is in 90 feet away. What was that? Kim Tae-yeon made a good play to cut it off, throws it in, and Shimu Jun just doesn't field the ball when it lands in. So Lee Jae-hyun is going to have a 2 RBI double there. That'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Kim Tae-hoon. As I said, he is not, Ponce is not pitched well in September and later. An ERA of 3.45. A swing and a miss there. I wonder who they gave that error to. And that is going to be off and straight back. Is Che and Sung didn't do anything to really stop that ball either. And a swing and a miss blows it past him. Kind of what I was expecting. I'm still just not sure why he's ever in the lineup. Just not sure why he has a spot on the lineup, honestly. As that is now 1 away. That brings up Kang Min Oh. He just needs a fly ball to the outfield. Lee Jae-hyun has plenty of power. That's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. And Kang Min Ho not doing well this postseason, only hitting 105. No, they'll probably give it to Kim Tae-yeon. Yeah, they gave it to Kim Tae-yeon because he threw the ball that nobody could catch. As the 0-1, and that's going to be a ground ball, no foul. Kang Min Ho, he's just got to get one to the outfield. EJ Hyun with plenty of speed to be able to score on most hits. Kim Tae-yeon and Moon Hyun Bin, not the biggest arms. As the 0-2 pitch up high, ball 1-1-2. 30 pitches now for Ponce. Yeah, this is a concern with Hanwha being that well rested. They did play some practice games, but that's not the same thing at all as the 1-2. That is popped up a left fielder going back. As a Liberato will grab it, EJ Hyun will cruise on in, and that's, ladies and gentlemen, makes it 3-0. EJ Hyun didn't hustle too much. That's air. It comes up huge. As a UG Huck grounds that one foul. Oh, that will be an unearned run, but a big run. And here we go. The 0-1 pitch lays off of that. So up high, 1-1. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, sets up on the inside and just gets a stitch on the zone. And now it's 1-2. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch outside, way outside to 2-2. 35 pitches. That's 20 pitches now for Ponce in this inning. 15 in the first, 15 before all hell broke loose. And the 2-2 is fouled as Che Jae-hoon isn't able to catch the ball after it hits off his gloves, pops up. How big will that one extra run from nobody wanting to field the ball on the Hanwha infield? Here we go. The 2-2 pitch to UG Hyuk. Sets up on the inside down at the knees and a roller off of it. Ponce grabs it, throws to first. And that will be 3 away, but not before Samsung puts up 3 on a single and back-to-back doubles with a sacrifice a little later. And just like that, it's 3-0 Samsung. Massive, massive. All right, so we, man, I really wish they would have put the time up on there that told me how much time was coming left. 37 pitches so far for Ponce, 22 in that inning. As we'll have the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up next. But here we go. The bottom of the second should be starting out here. The number 16, and Kim Tae-yeon and Che Jae-hoon coming up for Hanwha. The 6, 7, 8 hitters. And then possibly Shimu Jun if it were to get to that point. And that's a strike right down the middle. And it's 0-1. Well, he's still got 4 more innings, Harpo. The 0-1, that's going to be over the jumping second baseman, and he is on base with a leadoff single. And of course, they pan to his fiance. The double negative, ladies and gentlemen, the double negative. And Kim Tae-yeon looks at strike one on the inside. Very surprising, actually, to see Kim Tae-yeon in right field instead of Lee Jin-young. 261 on the season. Does again have the first ever home run in the stadium and the first ever Hanwha home run in the stadium. As that's a check swing, but so fouls it off as it almost hit him in the hands. But it's now 0-2. And the 0-2 is a ground ball through the left side. And Hanwha, starting in their second inning, has back-to-back singles. Like I said, Harpo, he's only pitched 1 inning. Back-to-back singles. That's going to bring up Che Jae-hoon, which means it's time for a bunt, ladies and gentlemen. Very important. Down 3, bottom of the second inning. You've got 2 straight singles. Very important to bunt right here. Very, very important to bunt right here. Pulls it back. That's going to be a ground ball. Diving stop by the second baseman. Throws to first. And that does the same thing, but almost got through. Moves the runners over. And they've got runners now in second and third with just 1 out. Way outside to Shimu Jun. I could see Shimu Jun laying a bunt down here for a single, actually. Third baseman better pay attention as the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Yuji couldn't get it out of his glove to throw over to second as that one misses up high, 2-1. Shimu Jun, 231 on the season. Has really actually had a pretty decent second half of the season after getting sent down. He was injured, but that's misses outside. 3-1. And I talked about it earlier. Garabito really struggles with command. He hit 257 in the second half. That's in there for a strike and runs the count full 3-2. Second to full count of the day total. First full count of the day for Hanwha. Sets up at the knees, and that's fouled straight back as the guy that's never been to a baseball game before flinches. 257. He did it in in September and later. He had to 333. Actually, at 294 in July. All right, here we go. The 3-2 pitch again. Garabito shakes him off a few times. They're going to go outside down at the knees and fouls that one right into Kangmin Ho. Right into the chest. It looked like it. I thought it might have gotten his hand also as he's now down on the ground. Look kind of like it hit right here, right on the edge of his padding. Got his gold chain, maybe. Oh, we're gonna get some pos. All right. After that's a delay. I'm talking about a fire. All right. So reading the natural disaster information at the bottom of the broadcast, talking about covering your nose and mouth and using the stairs. As the 3-2 pitch, that's going to be a ground ball. He's going to come home, and they've got him in a rundown. Throw to the catcher. And then they'll tag him out as Kim Tae-yun comes on over to third. So that will go down as a 5-2 putouts. Shimu Jun does head on over to second base, so they get an out there, but still in the same situation. As that brings up a Sonas up. That is a fouled away. It's 0-1. Now, Kim Tae-yun just went to third and stopped at third. All right, the 0-1 pitch, and that's in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Time is called by the catcher. Cannot hear. Sonas up, struck out in his first at bat. The lone strikeout for Garabito. And the 0-2 is going to be a ground ball. The pitcher is going to grab it to safe. Whoa, that was an awful decision by Garabito. A chopper right back to the pitcher. He grabs it. Instead of going to first, he throws to the catcher, who was surprised, grabs it, tries to tag him. He says he's got him, but the umpire called him safe. We'll have a video replay here. The second video replay already for Samsung. That is a huge mental error by Garabito. Ooh, I think he's safe. I think he's safe. Oh, wow. Just awful, awful, awful. Garabito pooping his pants. Easily could have thrown the Sonos up out over at first base. Wow. Just awful. Garabito just embarrassing himself. Shimu Jun over to third base now. That was awful. And they give Sonos up an infield hit. No, you don't get a hit for that. No. That was a fielder's choice or a fielder's indifference. No, you don't get a hit for that. No. All right, Liberato, a single in his first at bat, a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Liberato could end up costing his team the lead here. Again, that could have thrown Sonos up out over at first. Kang Min Ho was saying throw to first. He tosses it to Kang Min Ho, not even a hard toss, a soft toss, which Kang Min Ho had to go up and get to come down, wasn't able to make the tag. That's misses outside, and it's 1-1. An absolute awful, awful play by Garabito. Kim Tae-yeon with a good slide gets his hand down just before the tag as the 1-1 pitch sets up on the inside. He doesn't go around. Yeah, and it's 2-1. Garabito, oh my. And the 2-0 misses outside, 3-0. That, ladies and gentlemen, was what happens when you don't understand what's going on in the game. Trying to make plays. The 3-1 pitch way outside, and he walks the bases full. And that, in my opinion, this should be an error. Wow. Now a double could score 3. Moon-Yun Ben 0 for 1 today, grounded into a 4-6 putouts. That's in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Mr. Clutch loves these opportunities. 455 on the season with the bases loaded. And sets up on the outside. The 0-1 misses up high. 1-1. And all right, so the 1-1 pitch sets up right down the middle, and he ropes that. That is going to be off of the wall, and at least 2 runs are going to come in. As that, ladies and gentlemen, is a tie game. As Garabito poops all over himself, and Hanwha ties it up. Wow. Just unbelievable. Garabito over to third base. Moon Ben, Mr. Clutch himself, over to a second. And that brings up a Noshiwan. Garabito had a chance to get out of the inning, but dumbfoundedly throws to home. And because of that, Hanwha does not. Did Liberato score? Liberato scored. Apparently, I didn't think he scored, but they're saying that he did. And Hanwha now up 4-3. And he throws the ball away. I looked at the video and it looked like, I guess it was the third base coach that I saw. Wow. Unbelievable mental poop shots from Garabito, and now his head is all gone as he throws that into the dirt, and it's 2-0. Noshiwan up 1-1 here on the day. Double in his first at bats. It didn't come around to score. All right, the 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike, and it's a 2-1. "43 pitches now for Garabito, 28 in this inning, as the 2-0 swing and a miss at a pitch up at the top of the zone. Wow, giving Ponce life, courtesy of Garabito, thinking he knew more than anyone else and not trusting his players. The 2-2 is time is called by Noshiwan. Again, Kang Min Ho yelling at him to throw to first to get the outs. He tosses it a soft toss home to Kang Min Ho. Kim Tae-yeon is able to score the first run, loading the bases up with a walk to Liberato, and Moon Hyun Ben comes up with a bases clearing double. And the 2-2, that's going to be another base hit, and just like that, Hanwha is up by 2. Somebody gets Garabito out of there, as Hanwha is going to bat around in the second inning. Sets up on the outside. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Shan Sung, 0 for 1 on the day. Had a chance with the 2 outs and 2 runners on in the first inning. Flew out in foul territory. That one is turned on, but foul. 0-2. Wow. Unbelievable meltdown by Samsung.
스테판 스퍼체티드 0.81달러. 렛츠 지오.
There we go. And you guys can hear the chat again. All right. The 0-2 pitch sets up on the outside. A swing and a miss. What an absolute meltdown by Samsung and Garabito. We go to the third inning. Wow. And I'm not giving. Why is this not working? I'm not giving. Now I have no. There we go. I'm not giving Sonas up a hit on that play. I refuse to. That was a fielder's choice. That was not a hit. Wow, just unbelievable. All right, so we're back. Top of the third as Kim Ji Chan leads things off. Fouls the first one off, and it's 0-1. Misses outside and up, and it's 1-1. Ponce now with himself a lead, a 5-3 lead. Another 1-1 pitch. Misses up high. 2-1. This is a big inning. It's the same as last inning where Samsung scored a bunch. Garabito came out after a long break. And Hanwha got right to it. Ponce just there had a long break. And it comes out, and now it's a 2-2 count. Kim Ji Chan is pointing something. And Kim Ji Chan, not a guy that's really hits the higher speeds very well. 0 for 1 on the day, a 5-3 ground out in his first at bats. The 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a little bloop, and that's going to drop in front. And some trouble on the base pass now as Kim Ji Chan comes up with a leadoff single, and he's got plenty of wheels, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Kim Sung Yoon struck out in his first at bats, 0 for 1 on the day. Sets up right down the middle, and that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. Kim Ji Chan rounds second and heads to third as the second baseman isn't able to make the play, and they've got runners on the corner with nobody out. Not a good diving attempt by the second baseman. Now runners on the corners, nobody out. The 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. This game is gonna be the game that we've not had yet in this playoffs. The offenses have been MIA so far in these playoffs that I've actually streamed. And the throw over to first. He slides back, trying to catch him napping a little bit. Gujau, 0 for 1, struck out in his first at bats to end of the first inning. Sets up on the outside. That misses low. Ball 1-0. And it throws over to first again. Diaz on deck. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-0 pitch. Nope, time is called. Ujauk calls time late. Doesn't apologize. All right, here we go. The 1-0 pitch. Time is. He's like, that's the second time. Ponce just in his head, in Gujauk's head. Now he's whining and crying only like Gujauk can. He's like, that's two. That's two. Double checking to see who called the first time, I guess. Now, the umpire having a little discussion with somebody, I don't know, because the camera won't actually show who he's talking to. All right, so I guess we're going to have some baseball. Maybe. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Gujauk might be coming up. As Ponce steps off the back of the mound, as Gujauk is still complaining. Again, that's what he does best. Maybe now we'll have some baseball. What do you think? Maybe? Nah. Gujauk is complaining because he's not ready. Now he's ready. He's saying he's called time. he's saying Ponce is kind of messing with him. Gujauk is they're not coming out with the right pitch clock time. And again, this is the second rate local broadcast stuff. So there's no pitch clocks on the TV like there should be. Father Time out on the out on the field now, trying to figure out what's going on. He brought his back up. He's saying, wait, he called time. He's like, I didn't call time. Because there's a certain situation where they can't be set until the batter is through his like warm up type motions and stuff, and we still haven't gotten his pitch. All right, now I think we might be ready. All right, here we go. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside. He's saying, I had time. I don't know why you. Again, he just threw a pitch, but the home plate umpire said, no, that's not a pitch. The interpreter's coming out now. Ponce saying, I have plenty of time. I don't have to do that. This is the longest pitch in the history of baseball. The umpire talks to the interpreter. The interpreter tells Ponce, all right, here we go. Maybe. We're going to have the pitch comm batteries changed out because his pitch is taking so long. All right, here we go. The 1-0 pitch, 15 seconds on the pitch clock. And that's in there for a strike on the outside. And it's 1-1. And then immediately Gujauk complains. About everything. And the 1-1 is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. Gujauk and Ponce in a mental battle, but Ponce is winning the baseball battle right now with a 1-2 counts. Gujauk not hitting well in this postseason and wants to blame everybody except himself. As, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up outside, off the plates, down at the knees. And that is going to be slapped into left field. Moon Hyun Bin is going to come up throwing. Kim Ji Chan has plenty of speed, and he will be in there with a sliding sacrifice fly. That does put a runner over at first. And 1 away. I don't think he's just way too fast to be able to throw that. That was a good cut by Chan Sung, because that run is important, but it doesn't really matter. It's to keep that runner at first, make sure he doesn't get to second, as Diaz looks at ball one on the inside, and it's 1-0. Diaz singled and scored a run as he led off last inning. Both of these teams' offenses have come to play. he fields the one that he shouldn't let. He fields the one he should let go and doesn't field the one he should. There's a swing and a miss there, and it's 1-1. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like these teams are way closer in pretty much most of the categories than any of the other series. Yeah, so the 1-1 misses inside a 2-1. You had again, you had Samsung with one of the best offenses, especially at home. They have hit well in Hanwha in Daejeon, so it's not quite just like that. They were very close. They were 8-8 against each other on the season. As that is swing and a miss on a beautiful curveball that drops out. My then a from that Samsung actually scored more than Hanwha on the season. Yes, here we go. The 2-2 pitch, runner on first, 1 out, sets up in the zone, goes way up high, runs the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Samsung. And you have to be careful with Diaz. He can easily make this a 6-5 game, and he's gotten plenty of runs and plenty of home runs against Hanwha on the season. Again, he won the home run title, or the home run derby. I think they call it the home run race in the KBO. He did win that here in Daejeon. Please, a double play is what he's saying. Is that's a swing and a miss, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is not going to be a double play as he cleats Shimu Jun. He's going to have himself a stolen base, but Diaz is going to have a big K. Try to get the strike him out, throw him out, but wasn't able to get the throw him out parts as Kim Sung Yoon heads on over to second base, and that will bring up Kim Young Un. That's twice now Shimu Jun has not been able to make a play. 2 away. Kim Young Un steps in. A double and a run scored in his first at bat. Looks at strike one there, and it's 0-1. J Bob Youngsa. All right, here we go. That is going to be turned on. And I don't know. Fair. Kim Sung Yoon is going to slide in home. And that is an RBI single to tie it up at 5 apiece. Don't know where the ball landed because we don't get to see anything in this stadium. Yes, we finally get to see. Off the wall, easily a fair ball. It hit hard off the wall, so he is over at first base. As EJ Hyun steps in now. EJ Hyun, 2 RBI double in his last at bats, his only at bats, 1 for 1. Why is it 0-2? All right, so apparently that's his, the broadcast doesn't know what's going on. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-2. Warming up in the bullpen is Pak Sang Won and Gu Ja-hook. That's way outside. The stolen base easily in there. They are stealing all over Che Hoon. That pitch was way outside. He actually made a pretty good throw for how bad of a pitch that was. A swing and a miss there, though, and that will end this inning. But once again, we've got ourselves a tie game as we go to the bottom of the third. It's 5-5. Wow. Baseball, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Crazy game. Exactly what you were expecting, right, Jim? What a game. What a game. Definitely not what anyone was expecting. And these guys have not given up a run at all. Have not given up a run at all to each other in the regular season. But now, why? All right, Hanwha will have their number 6 batter. That's way outside, ball one. So same exact situation that they had last inning. Samsung scored 3 runs in the top of the seconds with a 3-0 lead, and the number 16 led things off in the bottom of the seconds, and that is a fouled away 1-1. And of course, they have to show his fiance. That's the only thing. I thought Lotte fans hated Kang Min Ho. Number 16, 1 for 1 on the day, singled, but got thrown out at home as that misses outside, and it's 2-1. Yeah, I thought Lotte fans hate Kang Min Ho, but they like Sona Sup. As the 2-1, that's misses up high, 3-1. Yeah, Jim, both bullpens are rested because Samsung hasn't played for like 3 days or 4 days either. Hanwha has had a couple regular kind of warm up games against some high school teams and stuff like that. As the 3-1 is a foul away, runs the count full, 3-2. Second full count of the day for Hanwha. First one was the Garabito mess up. Or no, that wasn't it. That was where they came home and tried to get the tag, and the 3-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball right to the shortstop. Throws over, and that's 1 away. Again, I don't know why they got to show her every single time he swings the bats. They've got to be given out to as you get to the game, obviously. Just head on over to the stadium after the game, and I'm sure they'll have plenty. Oops, wrong side. Or I wonder if they gave them out yesterday. And those are all the people that were there yesterday. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. That is a roped left fielder, though, coming in and makes the catch. 2 away. Using all that covering the disability seating, using all that money to get you some rain jackets, as it just misses inside. And the 1-0 is lifted, but I think that'll get foul into the. That's the most orange I've ever seen at the stadium. I will say that. That is the most well put together I've ever seen Hanwha, the fans selling everything on carrot markets for a ridiculous markup. Yeah, so the 1-1 pitch hits him in the elbow. He just doesn't get out of the way like a lot of players, and that's why he has led the league in hit by pitches for the last few years. All right, it's Shimu Jun in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's a 0-1. Shimu Jun 0 for 1 on the day. Did get a run scored though. And the 0-1 swing and a miss on a beautiful pitch there. Slider breaks way off the plates. Yeah, it looks like everybody is in those orange jackets. I would not be wearing that. It's way too hot to be wearing those things. As the 0-2 swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day for Garabito. We will go to the 4th inning. It's tied at 5s, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. Person I can't read their name. Thank you, Jorge. Garabito with a much, much cleaner inning there. 14 pitches puts him at 62. Ponce at 59 through his first 3. Samsung will have their 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up in the bottom of, or the top of the 4th, whereas Hanwha will have their 1, 2, 3 hitters coming in at the top of, or the bottom of the 4th. So 3 hitters up for Hanwha. That's because they left 4 runners on versus Samsung that has only left just 3 runners on so far. Samsung currently they're 4 for 6 with runners on base, 2 for 3 with runners in scoring position. That's because they've had 2 sacrifice flies that have been able to put a couple runs on the board. Hanwha 4 for 11 with runners on base and 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. That was the big RBI from the 3 RBIs from Moon Hyun Bin was the vast majority of that. All right. We're ready. We're back. Kim Tae-hoon out there. Again, I'm very surprised that he is out there. That is turned on. Goodbye, baseball. Doesn't even look at it. That's exactly why he's in this lineup, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, baseball. Crushed. Well, hello, Kim Hyun-dae. absolutely crushed. All right. Oops. My my lights are all off. There we go. All right. Second pitch to Kang Min Ho is also low, and it's 2-0. Yeah, another 2-0. That does catch the bottom of the zone on the curveball, and it's 2-1. The 2-1, that's going to be fouled away, 2-2. I don't think that's going to matter. That was crushed. And Kang Min Ho, the 2-2 pitch, pops that one up off his hands. Looks like it might be trouble as the shortstop calls the ball. The second baseman ends up taking it and falls into the center field for the first out. The person with the least that was not supposed to take that ball at all is the one that makes it. Third priority, exactly. They did. Liberato was calling it chugging monsters, not even the sugar free, just chugging monsters in the dugout of Samsung as that's swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Yuji Hyuk, for 1 on the day, or 1-3. As that's lays off of it, it's a 1-1. No, he went around. Wow. They're definitely going to replay it. It did not look like he went around at all, but the third base umpire said he did. Again, I've only seen one of these overturned. I've only seen one of these overturned. He did not go around. That one is overturned. He's like, no, 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 no. Yeah. Well, you get to watch a lot more baseball than I do now, Kiwi. All right, here we go. The 1-1 pitch. That's a rolled over. First baseman will grab it to take it himself, steps on the bag, and that's 2 away. Flips the lineup back over to Kim Ji-chan. 아니요. That's in there for a strike. Molden team. Molden uniform. All right, the 0-1 pitch to Kim Ji-chan up high, 1-1. 김현대, 근데 한국말 더 편하면 괜찮아요. 제가 한국말 해요. Is the 1-1 pitch up high, 2-1. If Korean is easier, I speak Korean, I can read Korean. All right, the 2-1 pitch chokes up on the bat. Kim Ji-chan, the smallest player in the league, and the 2-1, that is going to be lifted left fielder or center fielder Liberato under it, and that's 3 away, but not before a solo shot by Kim Tae-hoon gives Samsung the lead back. Hanwha will have the top of their lineup. 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up. So I talked about this before, Mangongi. Ponce really did not pitch well in September on. His last 5 games, he was 2-1 with an ERA over 4. His only 2 wins in his last 5 starts was against Kium. In September and later, he had a 3.52 ERA in 4 games, 1-1. Opponents at 2.64 against him. I also talked about Ponce. While he had an ERA of 0 against Samsung, Samsung had a 273 batting average against him. So they hit him well, but they just weren't able to score. This time they've taken advantage and they've gotten runners on base and in scoring position with less than 2 outs, which has allowed them to get 2 runs via the sacrifice fly. So that's the big part of why they've gotten to Ponce. The other part is he had a long break. His last game was 2.5 weeks ago. The last time he pitched in a competitive game was the Kim Sung-hyun blown save. That's a strike in there to Sonas up. His last at bats was the whatever you want to call that. As the 0-1 catches the top of the zone, and it's 0-2. This is the thing is like when all of these announcers and stuff, they don't really talk about the other numbers. They only talk about, his ERA, he's 0 and he's 1-0 against them. But if you look at, he's 1-0, but see, again, it wasn't a clean 1-0. All right, the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be up the middle. Second shortstop is going to grab it, throws quickly in time, and no 1 away. Now I ask you this, Kiwi. If that was the Samsung's leadoff hitter, would you still call it an infield single? Actually, if it was Samsung's leadoff hitter, I probably would call it an infield single because I would Kim Ji-chan would have beaten the throw out easily. As the Liberato steps in, he's 1 for 1 on the day. That's fouled away. Liberato again is super dangerous. The number 2 hitter hitting a 239 against him. Nope, that's backwards. 237 against him. He's a guy that can easily tie it up with 1 swing. Not on that pitch, as it's way outside and it's 1-1. Ponce warming up by tossing to the above the door jam. As the 1-1 pitch low into the dirts, and it's 2-1. Hanwha got a big lead in the standings because of their ability to come from behind. So a game far away from being done as Liberato dances out of the way of that, and it's ball 3 as it almost hits him. It wouldn't be an error though, Kiwi. It's a fielder's indifference or a fielder's choice. As the 3-1 misses outside and he walks him. Walked for the second time today. He's been on base all 3 times he has been up to bats. And that brings up Mr. Clutch. Wear it like JJ Hoon does. This is definitely going to be a bullpen game, ladies and gentlemen. 71 pitches. That's it for Garabito. He is not going to get beat by Moon-Hyun Ben again. We'll have our first pitching change of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's all on him. He's the one that's made that massive error to extend that second inning. I mean, it really should be 3-1. I imagine they're going to bring in a lefty. Yep, Lee Sung-min will come in to pitch now. Oh, Lee Sung-min will come in to pitch, bring in a. Yeah, Kim So-hyun for a 5-inning win. They'll bring in the lefty here. 1 out, Moon-Hyun Bin. Lee Sung-min steps on, another super small guy. In this postseason, 4 games, 2 innings, 1 hold, a 1 walk, and a 167 batting average against. He is in to face the lefties. Garabito will not factor into the decision. He cannot take the loss, as the runner on first would be the tying run if Moon-Hyun Bin comes through again. As 1 ounce now sets up on the outside. Moon-Hyun Bin fouls that one off as that missed the spots by a ton. He set up way off the plates, got the inner quarter of the plates. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up way outside, this time at the edge of the catcher's box. Just barely misses the bottom of the zone. And it's 1-1. Here we go. 1-1 pitch. Moon-Hyun Bin with a bases clearing double to put Hanwha up on a short-lived short-lived lead as they check over on Liberato. Again, bases loaded after a walk to Liberato. Moon-Hyun Bin comes up with a bases clearing double to put Hanwha up a 4-3 at the time. Yeah, another 1-1 misses way up high, 2-1. Then you had he goes over to third base on a wild pitch by Garabito, comes home on the RBI single from Noshiwan. So here we go. The 2-1 pitch misses low, ball 3-1. You talking about the guy right behind home plates? Here we go, the 3-1 pitch. And just barely catches the outside bottom corner to load the bases or load the count up. Third full count of the day for Hanwha. They had a couple groundouts in the 2 that they've had. That's what I was talking about earlier. The guy that's never been to a baseball game flinches. As here we go, the 3-2 pitch. And that's fouled as Liberato was on the run. Trying to keep out of the double play. Noshiwan on deck. Yeah, another 3-2 pitch. And that is a foul away again. Liberato running on each pitch. And just trying to stay out of the double play. And the 3-2, that's going to be a ground ball past EJ Hyun, who is moving over to second base for the throw. And Moon Hyun Bin comes up with a huge single, puts runners now at the corner with just 1 out as he once again proves why he is Mr. Clutch. EJ Hyun moving over to take second base on the attempted steal, puts him out of position and moves. That allows Liberato to head on over to third base. That should be it for Lee Sung-min, I believe, though. We'll go to a righty here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is just absolute tough luck. They got him to ground outs, but because he's a lefty, the shortstop was taking second base on the attempted steal, but that caused them to be way out of position. We'll have Noshiwan now coming in with runners on first and third. Coming into bats. I'll have a righty here. I'm going to guess maybe Iho Sung or Kim Jae. Kim Tae-hoon or Iho Sung probably coming in here. Nope. Yang Chang Sup. Yang Chang Sup. Yang Chang Sup coming in to pitch for Samsung. $63 innings and 33 games, 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 holds, a 343 batting average or ERA, 278 batting average against, 45 strikeouts, and does walk a few too. Is a long first half of this game as I am out of water. Looks like a lot of empty seats back behind home plates. And Samsung fans, there's a mom that handed down that retro jersey. That's from like 2012. All right, so Noshiwan, a 2 for 2 on the day, a double and an RBI single. And that's misses outside, ball 1, 1-0. No Shiwan. I know everybody's thinking they're thinking two things. I do have it. I have his old one. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Sets up right down the middle. Misses up high. 2-0. No Shiwan, a guy that can easily hit a 3-run shot here to give Hanwha the 8-6 lead, or he can ground into a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Yeah, another 2-0 misses outside, 3-0. Gonna give him the green light on the 3-0 fastball. Gonna give him. What's up, Armando? Man, this game is absolutely ridiculous. Who would think that Ponce would give up 6 wins in 3 innings and 4 innings? As here we go, the 3-0 pitch right down the middle. That's in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Again, the Samsung's already on their 3rd pitcher, Armando. I'm already done with my 2nd water. What a game. As the 3-1 pitch sets up right down the middle again. Steps off the back of the mound. And the 3-1 rolls over. Third baseman grabs it, throws to second, and then the throw to first in time. And the 5-4-3 double play does the other thing I was talking about. So we will go to the 5th inning as he comes in and gets the outs on the inning-ending double play. Wow. He does what he does, ladies and gentlemen. He does what he does. All right, that's going to bring up the old 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Samsung in the top of the 5th. Unbelievable how many times he grounds into some double plays, isn't it, Stefan? Mr. GIDP. You know, he has some doubles in there. It is amazing how many times. Again, I think he's second in the league. I think he was second in the league in ground into double plays. He was second. I'm pretty sure that first place was yeah, pretty sure that first place was Reyes, just because Reyes got so many hits. All right, so Kim Sung Yoon looks at strike 1 at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Oh, a lot more. That misses into the dirts, 1-1. Gotta have more, right? No, 22 ground into double plays, 32 homers. The 1-1 that is lifted. It's will get out of play. So every 20 years, Samsung wins a championship. As the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss there, and it's another strikeout, the 6th of the day for Ponce. As Gu Jahook, here comes the battle we all want to see. Honestly, we want to see this Gu Jahook versus Ponce battle. I know there was another thing talking about how LG won 26 years later, and then Kia won 26 years later, and then this would have been 26 years later for Lotte. But, well, we saw how that ended. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Gu Jahook sets up right down the middle, and that misses outside. 1-2-0. Thought the first pitch was in there for a strike, but it was not. And it's 2-0. As that is way up high as the umpire ducks out of the way. And we've got ourselves a 3-0 count. "79 pitches for Ponce. 0 for 1 for Gu Jahook. A strikeout and a sacrifice fly. That's a strike right down the middle at 153. And it's 3-1. 80 pitches for Ponce. Again, he's a guy that he's going to throw 100 pitches, 90 to 100 pitches. And the 3-1 pitch, that's in there for a strike, and it runs full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for Samsung. Gu Jahook had the first one. He struck out swinging. Diaz had the second one. He struck out swinging. What's going to happen here on the third one? And the 3-2 pitch fouls that away. Important for Samsung to run these pitch counts up a little bit to keep Ponce out from coming out in the 6th inning. A 208 ER or 208 batting average against here in the 5th inning for Ponce. The 6th and 7th down below 200, as that is fouled away again, and it stays 3-2. And the 3-2, a swing and a miss. Another strikeout on a full count. It's 3 full counts, 3 strikeouts. And his 7th of the day as we go to Diaz. I was wondering who that was. All right. Diaz looks at ball 1 outside. 1-0. If Ponce gets into the 90s, you have to think it's the end for him in this 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch sets up high. Pops him up, though. J.J. Hoon will give chase in foul territory and makes the catch. 1-2-3 goes Samsung. We will go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 6-5. Samsung. That's a smart man. Calm down, Juke. Ponce should be back out, as that's 86 pitches. He should be back out for the next inning. Were they were they like at Korean barbecue with tortillas? Please tell me they took tortillas to Korean barbecue. Well, yeah, Juke. All the All the MLB players are the same. Oh, 5, 6, 7 hitters will be coming up for the old Eagles. See who was out there on the mound. Yang Chang So or Yang Chang Sup. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Now that I think about it, that's what I should definitely do. You can actually order them, Stefan. There's actually a place that has them. All right, Yang Chang Sol. First pitch is a strike in there to Cheon Sung. Cheon Sung has ended the inning both time he's been up at bats. And the 0-1 misses outside 1-0. A 1-1 pitch sets up right down the middle, just above the knees. And that is going to be a little soft bloop into center field. And he will be on base with a leadoff single. As Hanwha continues to hit, it's just a matter of getting them in once they get on base. Yeah, I think Kiwi and I is one of our favorite places. The burger and taco place started making samgyeopsal tacos. You can actually get samgyeopsal tacos with chipotle sauce on them. All right, so number 16 steps in. Check over at first. Are they going to bunt? No, that's going to be a ground ball. Should have bunted. Second baseman bobbles it, tosses over to the shorts. And because of that bobble, they're not able to turn two. Because of the bobble, they're not able to turn two. One away now. In a clean field there, and that's easy turning two. But just one out, and you've got Kim Tae-yeon stepping in. That's a broken bat to the third baseman, throws to second, throws to first, not in time. And that's is the second baseman that took out the shortstop, or maybe the second baseman is grabbing his knee. Oh, I'm sure he did. He is a pile of garbage. I don't see anything. I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't think he hit him. I don't think he hit him. He stepped his foot on the edge of the bag. Wasn't him, but it doesn't mean he's still not a pile of garbage. They are determining whether or not they need to take him out. Yang Do Gun warming up. All right, Shea Jae Hoon. Nope, still one, as that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Shea Jae Hoon has a 4-3 ground out and then hit by a pitch. 0 for 1 on the day. Yeah, another 0-1 pitch. Runs inside. Well, that was because, well, the first one they couldn't turn to, obviously, because of bobbling the ball. The second one they can't turn to because it was a little hard hit ball. Difficult throw by the third baseman, actually, is the 1-1. That's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop grabs it, throws across, and that's 3 away. That, ladies and gentlemen, will take us to the break. I'll see you back in just a few. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we might be just about back. Everybody get out your Galaxy Z Fold 7 because that is the most important possible thing that you could be doing. This broadcast is sponsored by me. And that's why you should make sure you like the stream, because nobody pays for this except me. They came back. Where's the interview with the little announcer lady that's always in the outside, out in the stands, has her little phone that she reads from exactly perfectly. Do you like that segue, Stefan? All right, Ponce still out there, 86 pitches through 5. Kim Young-un steps in. He is 2 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch, low, ball 1. Ponce again in the 6th inning, a 188 batting average against Kim Young-un. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. No problem, David. Are you watching on? I assume you're watching on souplive.com. Well, it's the 1-1 pitch up high, 2-1. Well, Ponce just struggling, obviously, as Kim Young-un is going to get himself a little spray tar. Yeah, David, I live in Korea, so I watch on the regular broadcast, and this is the broadcast that you would get uh from their relay. So because I have a 2-second delay, it's the shortest delay I can have from YouTube. The Ponce goes through the windup, the 2-1 pitch misses low, runs the count to 3-1. Kim Young-un double and a run scored back in the 2nd, an RBI single and a stolen base back in the 3rd. And the 3-1 swing and a miss on ball 4 runs the count full, 3-2. Again, this is the 4th full count for Samsung. All the other ones have been swings and misses. And that's a walksome. First time that they've been on base. First time that they hit the ball off of a full count. That brings up the number 6 hitter, EJ Hyun. Kim Young-un on base for the 3rd time today. Both third basemen having themselves a day, except for that 5-4-3 ground outs. Welcome back, Arpo. What'd you have for lunch today, Arpo? And we're going to have a bunt, ladies and gentlemen. Nice. In there for a strike, though, as he pulls it back. Says, I don't really want to bunt. I'm just going to let the... There's former Hanwha cheerleader. Only 20 minutes. And the 0-1 pitch, again, he is still... Nope, throws over to first. In bunting here does absolutely nothing except to give away an out. He fouls it back, and now it's 0-2, and you can't bunt. The lesson you should learn here, Arpo, is don't cry or something. I don't know. All right, the 0-2. He's got a swing now. He has a 2 RBI double once and a swing and a miss, and then he sets up way in the outside. Again, a right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher sets up in the other batter's box. He throws it over there. And, of course, it's ball one. Kiwi, what's her name? All right, 1-2. Sets up in the other batter's box again. This one gets away a little bit, but no, close. Oops. So young. You're halfway there. You're 2/3 of the way there, though. 66%. That's like a A in most academies. As here we go. The 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside corner and leaks it inside. That just drops foul. And it's 2-2 still. Yeah, and just like MLB, the playoffs for Korea have the uh, umpires down the left and right field lines. The 2-2. And that is going to be ripped at foul. Live broadcasting. That's why I'm here, Kiwi. Gotta make sure that it's what you see on TV. Get some context. There's no context for what you're seeing on TV now, though. All right, the 2-2 pitch again, pitch number 99. It's not going to happen as he throws over to first. Warming up is Moondong Ju and Jung Woo Ju. As that is a slapped foul at the last second. 99 pitches for Ponce. Not bad. It's just here, Samsung and Hanwha. Winner of this will face LG in the Korean series. All right, pitch number 100, ladies and gentlemen. Not happening as he throws over to Kim Young-un again over at first base. Yeah. The winner of this series will play Saturday against LG for the Korean series. That's not good for Hanwha fans as the 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside and just misses outside. Ball 3 runs the count full. And the 3-2 swing and a miss. He's trying to steal second, and he's not able to do it. As a strike him out, throw him out, double play. As I believe that is probably Ponce's last throw. That's ridiculous. Five full counts for Samsung today. They've struck out four of them, a walk on the other one, but the walk ended up getting thrown out. And Kim Se-hoon swings and misses there. Again, the big solo shot to put Samsung up 6-5 in his last at bats, 1 for 2 on the day. That solo shot and a K. As 0-1 pitch misses low and outside. Ball 1-1-1. You never know. This is the 1-1 pitch. Runs up and in, almost hits him. 2-1. But they've got Moon Dong-ju in the bullpen today because Moon Dong-ju will be the fourth starter. So there's a big possibility that Moon Dong-ju comes in and pitches as he lifts that one up. Liberato giving chase is under it and then makes the catch. That will be 3 away. 1-2-3 as he retires the last 9 hitters he faces after giving up the go-ahead homer. We will go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 6-5 Samsung. Big 104 pitches, 18 in that inning. Yeah, Hanwha's bullpen is full of guys that have never pitched in the playoffs before. That is what's a lot of smart Hanwha fans, their concern is like Stefan and Kiwi, their concern is the Hanwha bullpen. Game 2 would be Weiss versus Che Wante. Or, sorry, Wante-in. Wante-in versus Weiss should be tomorrow. Hanwha will have their 9-1-2. No, it's got to be Wante-in. Yeah, Weiss is not good in Daegu. He's actually not very good against Samsung either. All right, so Shimu Jun will lead things off for Hanwha. Ponce asking for one more inning. He's like, no, you've thrown 104 pitches, dude. As that's in there for a strike. Yang Chang Suk. Shimu Jun face the 9-1-2. And runs that one in. Just misses inside. 1-1. But Wante-in would pitch tomorrow, and that's in Daejeon. That is the 1-1. That's going to be slapped past Diaz. That's going to be trouble. Shimu Jun has a ton of speed. He will be cruising into second base with a leadoff double. All because good old Arpo said that Yan Chang-sup should do well. This is what happens. Ponce comes out with a loss, in line for the loss, but because Hanwha doesn't like to hit, and if he's in the game, Hanwha's offense explodes as soon as he comes out and puts him in line for a win. As a Sonos up will drop down a bunt here, or attempt to drop down a bunt. And this is a situation where, again, you bunt. That's misses inside, almost hits him. Where you bunt to move the runner over, you do increase your chances of scoring a run by putting him at third base with the 2-3 hitters coming up, but you do not improve your chance of scoring more than one run, which they would need to, well, win. And steps off the mound. Whoops, wrong button. Bunting. He was brought here to bunt. As he bunts, it's foul. 1-1. Brought to Hanwha to bunt foul, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good idea, Arpo. Again, wraps his hand all the way around the bats. And another 1-1. He bunts it into the glove. And now it's 1-2. I think that if you bunt it into the glove, it should be an out. If you bunt it into the glove, it should be an out. As that will be it for him. They'll bring in a lefty here now. As a Sonos up. Love it. Bringing in a new pitcher to face a guy in a 1-2 count. Well, the reason behind that, Kiwi, is that they were expecting Sonos up to bunt. Isung Min has already pitched, Arpo. They were expecting Sonos up to bunt. And so they didn't want to use it. Hola, Marcos. I'm still waiting to see who's coming in. Let's see. Bei Chang Sung will come in. Arpo's favorite player coming in. And he will get the three lefties. 4 games, 3 innings, an ERA of 3, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 home run given up, a .091. Batting average against, he is a hard throwing lefty. I'm going to add that Ponce to the MVP Eagles banner next year in the offseason. Kiwi's excited about it. All right, nobody out to Shimu Jun over at second base. Sonos up 1 for 3 today. We'll asterisk that's 1 for 3. Is 1 hit was a fielder's choice or a fielder's indifference. As the 1-2 pitch, lefty out on the mound now. Misses up high. 2-2. And he just gets a piece of that pitch that was way off the plate. literally throws the bat out. All right, here we go. 2-2 pitch. Runner on seconds. Sets up outside. Doesn't go around. That runs the count full. 3-2. Another full count for Hanwha. This is their fourth full count. They're 1 for 3 on the day with the full counts. But as the 3-2 is fouled away. And the 3-2 is lifted. That's going to be trouble going right. That is going to drop up against the wall, and Shimu Jun is going to cruise into home. And Sonos up ties the game at 6. And again, only 0 outs is again Ponce saved from getting a loss once again. Tengu is finally shows up. Welcome, 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 sir. Well, he's not up. He's got a little bit before he has to come up to bat. Swing and a miss there. 0-1. Bye, Harpo. And neither foreign pitcher will factor into the decision now. Actually, Ponce can still get the win. I understand why. It's the fact that Bei Chong Sung isn't able to come through. I completely understand changing it. And the 0-1 is fouled away, 0-2. Well, welcome to the KBO since Milwaukee is eliminated. And the 0-2 in the dirts. 1-2. Yeah, I've heard that he is really good. I've seen him. He did not play well in Korea. He actually struck out a bunch. Torah Berry. That's misses outside at 2-2. Runs it up and in, runs the count full, 3-2. Liberato on base all 3 times so far today. 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside. That is turned on. That is going to be off the top of the wall. Sonas up rounds third, and he will come home to score as Liberato comes up with a go-ahead RBI double. And Hanwha takes the lead right back. There goes that Samsung bullpen. Liberato thought he hit a home run. He was watching it. Ponce in line for the win, despite not deserving it. Anyone will tell you that. Sonas Up did not score. Oh my lord, Sonas Up did not score, ladies and gentlemen. Sonas Up did not score. Sonas Up does not score. Oh, damn it. I changed that. There we go. Wow. All right. Iwan Suk takes over at third base. Moon Hyun Bin will come in. Again, these two teams were extremely close. Iho Sung will come in to face Moon Hyun Bin. Iwan Suk takes over at first base or third base. Again, nobody outs. Nobody outs for Moon Hyun Bin. Yeho Sung comes in. He had some big outs against Go Myung Jun in the second round of this Korean playoffs, or the KBO playoffs. I don't the naming of these rounds is pretty stupid. In terms of the KBO stuff, they called the first one the wild card, which we understand. But then the second one they call the June playoffs, meaning like preparing for the playoffs, and then they call this the playoffs. But EO Song at 3 games, 2.2 innings, 1 win, 1 loss, 3 strikeouts. Again, he has come in and got a bunch of big outs against Go Myung Jun. He will face Moon Hyun Bin. The infield is in. That is a pitch way up high though, and it's 1-0. Yuan Suk, a lot of speed over at third base. Anything on the ground, he is gone. No batting gloves, nothing. He is just there to run home. As the 1-0 rolls over it, and it's foul. 1-1. This is really the most important at-bat of the game after Moon Hyun Bin already had the most important at-bat of the game. A bases loaded clearing double to put Hanwha up the first time at 4-3. And the 1-1 pitch up high. 2-1. Yeah, Michael, it's nice to finally have a good an actual good baseball game to broadcast with some actual excitement. And here we go, the 2-1 pitch. Sets up on the outside and just catches the inside corner. 2-2. 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside, misses outside, runs the count full. 3-2. Third full count for Hanwha in this inning. Second full count of the day for Moon Yun Bin. He singled in his first at bats, or his first full count. 2 for 3 on the day. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. We'll have another 3-2. And the 3-2 taps the glove on the ground and he slaps that one foul. Ball boy showing off his sprint speed, 99 sprint speed from the ball boy down that left field line, running over to get that one. All right, a 3-2 pitch. Once again, it sets up on the outside, and that's fouled away again. Moon Yun Bin not making it easy, ladies and gentlemen. Not making it easy. Need a strikeout here or a pop fly or something like that. Here we go. Once again, the 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside, pops it foul again. Ninth pitch of that at bats. 10th pitch of the at bat coming up. Moon Yun Bin, Mr. Clutch. Gu Jauk, Mr. Cry, looking on. And 3-2 sets up high. Swing and a miss and a huge strikeout there. That was a massive 10-pitch at bat that ends in a strikeout. That brings up a couple righties, No Shiwan and Cheon Sung up next. No Shiwan grounded into a double play in his last at bat, so that's a beautiful curveball challenging him there. And it's in there for a strike, 0-1. It's all about the experience, the immersion, Armando. All right, the 1-1, the 0-1 pitch sets up on the inside and way up high. 1-1. And misses outside at 2-1. Went curveball in the middle, a fastball inside, and that time outside. Changing his eyes, changing locations, and here we go. The 2-1 pitch sets up inside again, and he lifts it up, but that will be foul, and it's 2-2. Chaiksu Diro means behind the left fielder. As the 2-2 pitch sets up way outside. Swing and a miss on a pitch up at his eyes. And that's his 2 away. going upstairs for strikeout number 2, and that's brings in Cheon Song. What's up, Dave? Welcome back, sir. All right, so sets up on the outside to Cheon Song. That's a beautiful pitch, but he doesn't chase it, and it's a 1-0. Cheon Song 1 for 3 on the day. Foul fly to the left fielder in the first at bats with runners in second and third. A strikeout with a runner on first, a single, and now and the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Dave, how is China? China. All right, 1-1 pitch, 17 pitches so far as EO Song is trying to keep Samsung in this game as he pops him up, but it gets out of play, and it's 1-2. More than 20 years, I would say. 26 years? Yeah, 20 years. I think 2006 they were good. I think they All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside with the glove on the ground, and he slaps it into right field. That is going to score. Iwan Suk and Kim Sung Yoon bobbles the ball and allows Liberato to come on home. And Cheon Sung comes up with 2 RBIs on a misplay by the right fielder. And that puts Hanwha up 8-6. A big error by the right fielder. A massive error by the right fielder allowed them to get a second run in. That is going to put number 16 swinging away. And again, Ponce in line for the win despite pitching like poo-poo. No, not management. It's 100% Ponce and Weiss as the 0-2 misses up and outside. Hanwha's foreign pitchers have 17 more wins than they did last year, and Hanwha has 17 more wins than they had last year. I mean, that doesn't tell you anything else that you don't need to know. Yeah, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. A swing and a miss is that ends the inning, but Hanwha gets 3 to turn the lead back over to themselves. We'll go to the 7th inning. It's 8-6 Hanwha. Absolute ridiculousness that Ponce is in line for the win. No, not really at all. He actually had a worse season this year than he did last year. Now Hanwha's bullpen has to hold on. Obviously, Ponce will be done. Who's coming in, though, is the question. You will face Kang Min Oh, the bottom of the lineup, 8-9-1, coming up for Samsung. Is they're going to get into the Hanwha bullpen. Moondong Ju will come in. Oh, Moondong Ju? No, I didn't. I haven't watched any MLB games for a long, long time. All right, top of the seventh inning. And Ponce should be out. And Moondong Ju now in. 121 innings in 24 games. Did have one relief appearance where he did pitch extremely well in another one of Ponce's games. And no, an ERA of like 7. He gave up 6 runs. No, an ERA of 9. He gave up 6 runs in 6 innings. All right, to top of the 7th, Kang Min Ho. Why is that not going away? All right, the 1-0 pitch to Kang Min Ho. And there for strike 158 on the gun is thrown in relief. He's gonna be throwing harder. Kang Min Ho sacrifice fly in his first at bat. It popped up to the second baseman in his second at bat. So for 1 on the day, swing and a miss as he waited on the curveball, but missed it. Yeah, the most ridiculous game. I heard about it. Kiwi was very ecstatic about it. Thank you, thank you. And the 1-2 pitch sets up way outside. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. What an awful swing. And that's 1 away. Samsung just looks defeated at this point. Ito Yun over at to second base instead of that other guy. What's up with the glasses, though, ladies and gentlemen? That's the real question. Park Byung Ho pinch hitting here. Might have swung, but it didn't matter. Yeah, and it's on. That is going to be a little bloop, but right at the first baseman, and that's 2 away. I didn't even get a chance to change his name yet. Two away, flips the lineup back over is Kim Ji Chan. That is slapped, but into the netting, and it's 0-1. Kim Ji Chan, 1 for 3 on the day, a 5-3 ground out, a single and a run scored, and then flew out to center field in his last at bats. And the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. 0-2. Banjo box. 99 to the left field wall, left field corner, with short fences, not tall fences by that meaning, as the 0-2 is chopped off the ground, but he got a piece of it and it's foul. And then right field is 95 to the wall, but it's got a 8-meter high wall or something like that. The only advantage to the hitters is foul territory is very small, or I would say one or the other one. So I mean, yeah, it's definitely a pitcher or a hitter's park without a question, as the 0-2 is fouled away. 162 on the gun. Well, it is right next to. As the 0-2 into the dirts. Yeah, it's right where the other where the football state or the soccer stadium used to be, right next to it. Kang Bae Ko looking on. He'll be a free agent after this year, so very well could be in a Hanwha uniform, or could definitely be in a Samsung uniform next year. As the 1-2 pitch just swings and a miss in the dirt. He gets up, throws to first just in time. And that is 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the 8th inning. It's Hanwha 8, Samsung 6. Or no, sorry, we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. I'm getting ahead of myself. Get back to my numbers. Oh, they'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. I imagine Young Do-gun will head on over to second base for Pak Byung-ho. Can't imagine him playing second base. Yep. Young Do-gun. And then coming in to pitch will be Sung-hyun. What's up, Nom Yum? Yum Yum. All right, so we're back. Bottom of the 7th inning. Lee Sung-hyun out on the mound. Kim Tae-yeon will greet him. All right, the right-hander Lee Sung-hyun. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 2 games, 0.2 innings, 1 strikeouts, an ERA of 13.5. And that's in there for a strike on the outside, and it's 0-2. Yang Do-gun over to second base again. Ito Yoon over at the second base. So both the teams changing their second baseman in the 7th inning. as a goes down, but fouls that one off, and it stays 0-2. All right, 0-2 pitch to Kim Tae-yeon. Kim Tae-yeon, ugly looking swing there, and that's one away. Yeah, Shea Jae-hoon comes in now. Yeah, 4-3 ground out, a hit by a pitch, and a 6-3 ground outs. 0 for 2 on the day. And the first pitch is popped up, but it gets out of play. Again, like I just talked about through Dave, not a lot of foul territory in this stadium at all. So much so that you can't even see what happens in the corners because the design of the stadium is so crappy. As the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. We'll see. Do they go to Han Sung Hyuk in the eighth? Is a swing and a miss there on a pitch way into the dirts, and it's 1-2. Be interesting what they do. I imagine they'll go Han Sung Hyuk in the ninth, and then or the eighth, and then Kim Saw Hyun in the ninth. And the big question is, well, how will Kim Saw Hyun do? As the 1-2 misses outside. Mook Dongju. Yeah, I mean, there is still in the stands. As the 2-2 is popped up. This probably land near the cheerleaders. You'll be able to see them if you're watching. Yeah, the cheer stage is bigger, I believe, than it was before. But the layout of the stadium is just awful. And that's as catches them looking on the inside, 2 away. Yeah, basically, the down the lines, it's way up so that they could elevate the seating so that you're looking straight at home plates. All the seats are looking straight at home plate instead of everybody, being able to see the whole game. The only people that can see the whole game are really the people in the outfield. Undong Ju is still throwing over there on the outside, warming up. He's going to go back out. The 1-0 pitch, and there for a strike. It was a 1-1. So I imagine then I guess Moondong Ju is going to go in there and pitch in the eighth inning, and then Kim Saw Hyun will come in the ninth. As that's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, throws over. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first 1-2-3 inning for Samsung. As we go to the eighth inning, it's 8-6. Hanwha. Got to pitch 7 innings before you get a 1-2-3 inning. 7 innings before you get a 1-2-3 inning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to watch a game. Kiwi could tell you. Kiwi and Stefan are big Hanwha supporters. They love going to some games. Oh, Hanwha will be facing the 2-3-4 hitters. Moon Dongju again back out there. 2-3-4 hitters coming up for Samsung. Moon Dongju is a guy that struggles when he first starts a game. He has pitched extremely well in the bullpen though. We should be back. I don't know why this commercial's taking so long. Top of the eighth, down two. Got to get to 2 runs at least before you get to 6. Corn shrimp pizza. That looks awful. Yeah. All 4 of those girls are like, shh, don't talk about it, so nobody will ever buy it. That looks awful. Corn shrimp pizza. First pitch is a fastball way up at his eyes, and he swings and misses. 0-1 now. Kim Sung-yoon, 1 for 3 on the day, a couple strikeouts and a stolen base after a single and then a run scored. That's low. 1-1. One pitch, and he slaps that one foul into the Samsung section. 1-2. Imagine any trouble that Moon Dong-ju gets in, he's going to go quickly to Kim Saw-hyun. This is 1-2 pitch. Sets up high again. And that is going to be a little bloop. That should be trouble, and that does get down. And he is on base for the second time today, this time with a leadoff single. Again, you've got a lot of speed on the base pass now. We go. Gu Ja-hook coming up to bats. He does have a sacrifice fly, but also 2 strikeouts. Again, a ton of speed over at first base. He's already got 1 stolen base today. That's in the dirts. Ball 1. 1-0. This is an issue that you have when you have you've got a starter that's coming in out of the bullpen. How does he react once he does get that person on base in the bullpen? And so here we go. The 1-0 pitch that's up down the middle. That's a strike at the top of the zone on the curveball. You don't really have to worry. No, that might have been his forkball. And he throws 4 pitches, a fastball, a changeup, a forkball, and a curveball. And then the 1-1 pitch just sets up on the outside. And that's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be trouble. The third baseman grabs it, throws to first, gets him in time. And that's moves the runner over to second base, though. And 1 away. One away for Diaz. Diaz did single and scored the first run for Samsung. I do not have any idea. I'm sure someone in here knows. As that's in there for a strike at the top of the zone. 0-1. Diaz 1 for 3 today. Singled and scored a run in his first at bat, a strikeout, and then a foul pop up in his third at bats. And that is in the dirts. But Shea Jae-hoon is able to block it enough to keep it in front of him, and it's keeps Kim Sung-yoon over at second base. Thank you, BS. 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. And that's a foul away. 1-2. Flashback. Diaz with a big, massive swing in game 4. And here we go. The 1-2 pitch to Diaz. Sets up on the outside again. Nope, moves inside, and that's up high. They it looks like Che Jae-hoon is really concerned about Kim Sung-yoon over there at second base. He keeps setting up at the outside, and then at the last second he moves into position of where he actually is going to set up to receive the ball. So they definitely seem to be worried about Kim Sung-yoon over at second base, relaying information to Diaz. Swing and a miss as he gets him swinging on an inside fastball. That's 2 away. 100% they are worried about Kim Sung-yoon giving away pitch location ideas to Diaz. Second strikeout of the day for Diaz. He has had plenty of opportunities to make a big difference in this game, but again, the 3 and 4 hitters for Samsung not doing much today. Kim Young-un looks at strike 1 on the inside, and it's 0-1. Kim Young-un, 2 for 2. He's been on base all 3 times today. First at bat, a double, and then scored a run, then an RBI single, stole a base, and then walked, but was thrown out on a strike him out, throw him out. It's a double play. It was the 0-1 way outside, 1-1. 26 pitches now for Moon Dong-ju. Gave up the leadoff single to Kim Sung-yoon, but since then, a 5-3 ground out and a strikeout. So the 1-1 swing and a miss as he was way out in front of that beautiful curveball. Kim Young-un again, a big strikeout or home run guy. You can't make a mistake with him because he will put it over the wall. Yeah, now the 1-2 pitch sets up outside in the dirt. It gets away, but will not go to third base as that makes it a 2-2. 2-run lead. 2 outs. Runner on second. 2-2 count. The second pitcher in there for Hanwha. And the 2-2 swing and a miss at ball 3. That is the 4th strikeout for Moon Dong-ju, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-6 Hanwha as Samsung is getting ready to fall behind in this series. They've only left 2 runners on. No, Hanwha has made the playoffs 1 time since I moved to Korea. That was in 2018. I went to 2 games. I went to game 1 and game 2 in 2018, but they lost both those games. They actually did win game 3 against Kium, who was the number 4 seed. But then they lost game 4 to be eliminated from the playoffs. And it sucked because I actually had a ticket to the cheer section for game 5 if Hanwha would have been able to tie the series up. Yeah, they haven't won a series since Hanwha's manager was a wee child. It's Hanwha was going to have their 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up as they look to try to get a couple more runs on the board. Iwan Suk will lead things off, getting his first hit of the day. And that was definitely a missed opportunity for Samsung because now they're going to have the bottom of the lineup coming up in the top of the ninth with a ton of pressure on them. But first pitch is ripped right at the third baseman, and that's one away. We didn't even get to see the pitch. We just got to see the swing. All right, Liberato steps in. A huge RBI double to put them not ahead, actually, because again, Sonos up didn't score. All right, so that will be it for him. We'll have a new change. New pitcher coming in. I should probably bring in a lefty to face Liberato Moonhyun Bin. Another 2 lefties, as they do. EJ comes in. They're not even going away because they just got back. They just got back from break, so they don't even have any. Yeah, Dave, you would like the amount of baseball fans that have suddenly crawled from under wherever the heck they were is absolutely ridiculous. You can't go anywhere without seeing people wearing Hanwha gear. Last year was surprisingly because last year, basically, it became going to baseball games became really popular. Nobody knows why, but yeah, now Hanwha is good, so it's very important to be a Hanwha fan. So EJ Eek on the season, 7 games, 7.1 innings, 1 win, a 1.23 ERA, 276 batting average against, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. So not a lot of appearances. As bringing in a lefty to face the 2 lefties here, the second and third hitters for Hanwha. Is Luis Liberato. Yeah, I've never. Yeah, but Liberato been on base all 4 times today. And that's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. And here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside. And that's rolled over. Second baseman that grabs it, throws, and 1 away. 2 away. Liberato retired for the first time today, ladies and gentlemen. And that brings up Moonhyun Bin. Had a chance to break the game open last inning, last at bats, but a strikeouts. As that's his outside, ball 1. Oh yeah, like without a question. Yeah, most of my so Dave, it's kind of like this. Most of my students are suddenly Hanwha fans, but none of them have ever seen me before. As the 1-0 is up high, 2-0. Like none of my students talk to me like I have any idea about baseball. Like they're like, oh, have you ever been to a game? As that is low ball 3-3-0. Samsung's bullpen was almost able to get out of it, but a big two RBI single from Captain Silver Starfish. Ball four, walked him on 4 pitches. Yeah, the amount of my students, they half the time they come in Hanwha hats or Hanwha shirts. They have no idea. No Shiwan steps in now, struck out in his last at bat, a 5-4-3 double play. Looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. And Hanwha has only gone 1-2-3 once so far today. And that was last inning. The 0-1 is a grounded foul, 0-2. This game seems all but just over. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch just sets up on the inside corner. And that's in the dirts. 1-0. No. Yeah, I mean, I really do blend in. I don't really stand out too much, Dave. Like, definitely, I don't stand out at all. As the 1-2 pitch sets up on the inside. That is going to be a single into center field, and Moon Yun Bin around second and heads on over to third, and No Shiwan comes up with another big hit. Runners on the corners for Mr. Captain Silver Starfish. Hanwha trying to put the game away. And that'll be it for him. We'll have another pitching change as they'll bring in another righty. Who's coming in this time? We'll see who's coming in this time. This time. Yeah, they're gonna need some. I can just imagine Stefan sitting at the wedding and just pulls his Kim Saw Hyun towel out and just starts waving it around at the wedding. All right, runners on the corner. Cheon Sung steps up. He again came up with that huge 2 RBI single with runners on second and third and 2 outs to put Hanwha in the lead. Kim Tae-hoon, 3 games, 1 inning, a 1 hold, 27 ERA. How is that possible to get a hold of 1 with an ERA of 27? Going with a what's up, BS? Coming up, Cheon Sung versus Kim Kim Tae-hoon, they're having a battle of who's the oldest. Kim Tae-hoon, born in 92. He'd be 34 versus Chaeyeon Sung, born in 90. He'd be 36. All right, here we go. Chaeyeon Sung at 2 for 2, two singles in his last two at bats. Again, including that big 2-run, 2-out RBI single to put Hanwha up by 2. He's got a chance to give Hanwha a ton of insurance that they definitely need. And that's up high, ball 1, 1-0. It's surprising. Again, you got the vertical 51% to Samsung victory. As the 1-0 sets up outside, and he pops it up, but gets out of play, 1-1. So the vertical has a 51% chance of Samsung winning versus the horizontal has a 67% chance of Hanwha winning. Twins fans sitting there in the front row of the cheer section. As here we go, the 1-1 pitch up high, ball 2, 2-1. Someone. No. No. And here we go, the 2-1. That's grounded to the third baseman through the left side, and that's another RBI single. As Moon Yun Bin comes on in, and a little insurance never hurts. I have nobody winning. The only people that win in the KBO are the scalpers. As Ito Yoon getting his first at bats. Looks at just strike one, and it's 0-1. That is a foul away. 0-2. And bringing in Kim Saw-hyun. Kiwis running to the stadium now to celebrate, pretending he's been there the whole time. Way up high, ball 1, 1-2. Ito Yoon took over on defense. One and two. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, throws over to first. And that's 3 away. The lights start flashing. We go to the 9th inning. 9-6. Hanwha. Yeah. Can he save a 3-run lead? Can he save a 3-run lead, ladies and gentlemen? How has he done against how has he done against SSG? Or yeah, I mean, I would send Moondong Ju back out there. He has pitched in 8 games against Samsung with 5 saves. 521. I live in Korea, so it depends on how many pitches they were expecting Moon Dong-ju to throw. Nope, he's definitely coming in. Yeah, they may have only been wanting Moon Dong-ju to throw 30 pitches or so. Just because, again, he is the 4th starter, so he's going to have to pitch on Wednesday. He will come in to face the 6, 7, 8 hitters. You'll face Lee Jae-hyun, Kim Tae-hoon, and Kang Min-ho. Top of the 9th inning, Lee Jae-hyun steps in. Yeah, I've lived in Korea since 2014. So that's in there for a strike. 0-1. 69 games, 66 innings, 33 saves, a 314. I'm from the States, as the 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. Yeah, I've been following the KBO since 2014. As the 1-1 pitch that is lifted to right field. That's going to go. Goodbye, baseball. 2-run game. Insurance runs are huge. All right, that brings up Kim Tae-hoon, who already has 1 home run today. Manager coming out to the mound. Wow. Manager coming out to the mound, not the pitching coach. That's huge. 2 leadoff home runs for Samsung as since 2014, that's going to be a trouble. That might drop down, and it does. And that is going to be a single. Runner now on first base. Oops, wrong side. I think if it's a leadoff home run, it's nothing because it's not. There's no rally. All right, so Kang Min-ho steps in 0 for 2 on the day. That's outside, ball 1. Hong Hyun-bin will take over. How big are those insurance runs? Swing and a miss. It's ball 2, and it's 1-1. Kang Min-ho not having a good postseason. The 1-1 pitch. That's going to be a chopper up the middle. Throws to first and one away. Does move the runner up. We're gonna have another pinch hitter here. Yeah, I mean, Dave, the most I ever went to is in 2018. I think I went to 90 something games. Uh, so 90 games that year. Usually I had 60 to 70 games a year from 2000 for a while. So I've probably been to, I would say 400, 500 games. No, since 2014. Whew. Yeah, I'd say maybe 500, 600. All right, so that brings in Lee Sung Gyu pinch hitting here. That's ball one low. 1-0. And another 1-0 pitch holds up, but not quite enough, and it's 1-1. Yeah, and here we go. 1-1 pitch. That is crushed, but off the wall. One run is going to come on in. And it's a 1-run game, ladies and gentlemen. That's flips the lineup back over. Oh, he's just nope. He is. He's at first. That's it for him. Well, that will be it. As this was the concern. Kim Bum Soo will come in to face the lefties. That's I don't know what's bigger, the air that allowed the second run to score in the sixth, or that's extra run that they just got in the bottom of the eighth. I like this move. Kim Bum Soo coming in, lefty, to face these lefties. 1 out, runner on first base. I wasn't sure if he got enough of it. But here we go. Kim Bum Soo coming in. Runner on first is Lee Sung Gyu. Runner or the batter, Kim Ji Chan. This is a massive, massive, massive situation here. Kim Bum Soo, 48 innings in 73 games, a 2.25 ERA. He's coming in. He's going to face the two slap hitters, Kim Ji Chan and Kim Sung Yoon. Do have to worry about a bunt here from Kim Ji Chan. He could drag bunt up the first base line. And the throws over to first. And checks over on the runner again. 1 for 4 on the day is Kim Ji-chan, and that's in there for a strike. A slow breaking ball. And it's 0-1. Kim Ji-chan, a 5-3 ground out, a single and a run scored, a fly out to center, and a strikeout in his last at-bats. And checks over on the runner. On the season, 2 for 4 on stolen base attempts is Lee Gyu. On his career, is 19 for 28. As the 0-1, that's going to be a ground ball. He's going to step on the bag, throws the seconds. Safe. That puts him in scoring position. Kim Ji-chan moves him over to seconds, but's now 2 away. Brings up Kim Sung-yoon. Wow, able to stay on. Kim Sung-yoon. Beautiful breaking ball in there for a strike again. And it's 0-1. Kim Sung-yoon, a strikeout, single. And does this come to the strikeouts? As here comes the 0-1 pitch. Checks on the runner. Nobody there to cover the bag anyway. Insurance runs are huge. As here comes the 0-1, sets up way outside, and that's slapped, but foul. 0-2. And Kim Sung-yoon is the one that had the error in right field that allowed Liberato to score what would have been the 8th run for Samsung or for Hanwha at that time. So it could have been 7-6 and then a extra run there, making it 8-8 to tie it. And he spins around to throw to nobody over at second base. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch that taps the glove on the ground. Way up and out of the zone, and it's a 1-2. Changes eye level. Massive first game, ladies and gentlemen. Massive first game. One-two pitch. Way outside at 2-2. You got an 0-2 count, and you try to get him to run it. Did you waste it? Here we go. The 2-2 spins around, but he gets back. Two counts, sets up on the outside just above the knees, and that's broken bats. Foul. We'll get a new piece of wood. What a game to open this series, ladies and gentlemen. Lead changes. Just imagine if you actually were at the game, Kiwi. All right, it's a 2-2 pitch, runner on seconds, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning, and number 2 batter up. Says, bring it. The 2-2 pitch. That is going to be a little bloop, but Liberato under it makes the catch, and that is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Huge insurance runs off the bat of Cheon Song gets them the victory in the first game as Hanwha takes the 1-0 series lead. A little updating there. So again, absolutely massive game. I mean, it is not what anyone was expecting, except that it's exactly what everyone was expecting. Again, this is the KBO. You had Garabito coming into the game. Thank you, David. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time. Garabito coming into the game. 2 games against Hanwha. ERA of 0. He had the early lead. Ponce, 1 game against Samsung on the season, 6 innings. Also, no runs given up. So you had 2 pitchers that were supposed to be coming in and absolutely pitching lights out. Garabito had the early lead because Ponce in the second inning, a leadoff single to Diaz, a double to Kim Young-un, and then EJ Hyun with a 2 RBI double, and an error by Kim Tae-yeon allowed EJ Hyun to go to third, and then the sacrifice by Kang Min-ho put them up 3-0. Then you get into the bottom of the second, and this is where the mentality of knowing where you're at, who's doing what, is huge and does not happen in the KBO. This is one of my biggest gripes about the KBO is the players don't understand the situation of the games. You have number 16 leading off with a single, and then another single by Kim Tae-yeon, a 4-3 ground out, ends up putting runners on second and third with nobody out, or with 1 out. You get the a 5-2 should be an out, but Kim Tae-yeon is able to get under the tag to score the first run. So you again, you have a runners on second and third, or you're able to get the outs. You're able to get the out because the second baseman, number 16, tries to come home, puts runners at second and third with 2 outs. Sona Sup grounds back to the pitcher. Kang Min-ho is yelling at the pitcher to throw to first to get the third out at first, but he throws home. He kind of doesn't even throw home. He lobs home, and that lob home allows for Kim Tae-yeon to get under the tag. And so instead of having a 3-0 game, you now have a 3-1 game. Then everything unravels. A walk to Liberato, then a bases clearing double from Moon Hyun Bin puts them up a 4-3. They add another run from No Shi-won on the RBI single. Then Samsung is able to put 2 runs back on the board in the top of the third inning. Again, with a leadoff single by Kim Ji-chan, another single by Kim Sung-yoon, a stolen base. Koo Ja-wook is able to drive in a run on a sacrifice, and then an RBI single by Kim Young-un was able to put the game at 5-5. A leadoff home run by Kim Tae-hoon in the top of the fourth puts them up 6-5. Then Hanwha in the bottom of the sixth, they just come out. Shim Jun comes out with a leadoff double, comes home to score on a double from Sona Sup after he blows the bunt. They had to change pitcher. He comes in, an RBI double puts them at 6-6. Double by Liberato puts runners on second and third. Second and third, nobody out because Sona Sup did not read the ball very well. Ends up Liberato's at second, Sona Sup is at third. They pinch run Iwon Suk over there. A strikeout by Moon Hyun Bin, a strikeout by No Shi-won, and then Chae Sung comes up with an RBI single, but a bobble in right field by Kim Sung-yoon allows Liberato to score, making it 8-6. That's huge because 7-6, That's one less run. This is a tie game. Then in the eighth inning, again, you have two quick outs, a liner, and a 4-3 ground out, a walk to Moonhyun Bin, a single by Noshiwan moved Moonhyun Bin over to third base. Then a single by Chaeyon Sung put them up 9-6 at the time. That came up for the ninth inning. Again, Kim Saw-hyun, this is a thing that every Hanwha fan is concerned about. He blew a 3-run lead that could have had Hanwha going to the Korean series, would have actually put them in a situation to be in a one-game playoff against LG. Gives up two-run shots to let SSG walk off the game and ends Hanwha's basic regular season at second place on the season instead of being able to be first. Comes in, immediately gives up a solo shot to Kim Jae or to Lee Jae Hyun, and then a single to Kim Tae Hoon, and then another single to Lee Sung Gyu. Makes it to 9-8. Kim Bum Soo was able to come in, get the ground outs from Kim Ji Chan, moves the runner over, and then the fly out to center field by Kim Sung Yoon. So Kim Bum Soo will end up getting the save. Moon Dong Ju pitched extremely well in relief. Again, he's not a guy that's going to be able to pitch in relief a lot. Garabito only goes 4 innings, or sorry, 3.1 innings. Ponce gets the win, but again, he got the win because Hanwha was behind when he left the game again. This has happened multiple times this season. Hanwha has been behind when Ponce leaves the game, but Hanwha ends up coming from behind and he gets a win. This happened multiple games that I've ever streamed against. Not saying that Ponce is not a really good pitcher. He is. He was not today. An ERA of 9 and you get the win. That says a lot. So, but the Samsung did use a ton of their bullpen arms. Now it's not too big of a deal because it's a 2-game and then 2 games, and then 1 game. So tomorrow, another 2:00 game. All these guys are going to be ready to be obviously going again. But thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, same time, 2:00. It should be Wan Tae-in versus Weiss, which should be a better, well, I don't want to say a better pitching matchup. But remember, Samsung was throwing their number 3 starter. Actually, maybe their number 4 starter. Hanwha was throwing their number 1 starter. So Samsung is going to have their 2, 3, or their 1, 2, and 3 pitchers coming up in this series, where Hanwha is going to have their 2, 3, and 4. With that being said, Weiss is a very good pitcher, but he has not pitched well against Hanwha. Wan Tae-in, on the other hand, is a very good pitcher, and he has pitched really well against Hanwha. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, same time, 2:00. I will be streaming that for you just like today. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, same time, but same place. And as always, until next time.